Welcome to iRacing. We're in the touring cars at Brands Hatch. Now, this is not really a race video, this is using evidence and not jumping down someone's throat when there's nothing actually happened. This is why I always tell people if they're jumping into iRacing or anything, really, turn the chat off, turn the voice chat off, the text chat, whatever, because you don't want to be looking at it in the race, you don't really want to be chatting in the race, you just want to be racing. Here we've got a situation where this guy behind, you can just see in the Audi, accuses me of blocking, underbraking, moving underbraking, ramming people, and he tries to turn the entire lobby against me at the end. I'm not fussed about, to be honest with you. I just find it quite interesting that some people exaggerate so much. It's unreal. And I said to him, evidence, show me evidence. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at this replay and we're going to go through the evidence. So he claims that I was blocking, ramming. Now lap 1, I will admit there was a little bit of contact. Unfortunately as well, whether you want to believe this or not, where is it? Far Chase. If anyone was in this race and has the replay, please send it, mate. There was a bit of contact on lap 1. A little bump of the Hyundai just in front. There was 4 of us all bunched up, side by side, 2 by 2, going into one of the corners. It was a simple tap on the rear. He did lift his back end up. He kept it straight, kept it fine. Typical touring car stuff, to be honest with you. I could just find a clip of a touring car incident like that. No one spun out, no one crashed, no one anything. It was a simple mistake on my part. Braked a little bit late in that gaggle and had a little bit of contact. But we all survived to carry on the next lap. So we get to this point. So apparently, again, he said all race was his quote. I was ramming, braking, moving under braking. So we'll go and have a look at this race. So we'll press the play button right now. Now the thing is, let's go to Far Chase so we can get a good angle of everything. So I'm having a battle with this P5 guy. Get down the inside. Very close. The P5 guy in the other Honda, the yellow and blue Honda, was quicker than me in the end. He gets me back, I think, round here. So we head down into the final couple of the final corner at Brands Hatch onto the main bench straight. So a little clip of the grass there. He gets a better run on the inside. Can't cover it off, so I keep the car in the middle of the track. He starts moving across a bit, so we both start moving across up to the top of the track. He gets the inside. Now here you can see my first mistake. Lost the rear end under braking. It goes again, and then contact is made here. So what we'll do is watch the replay. So already I am not in control, basically. I've lost the rear end of the car's going. We'll go into cockpit cam and we'll press play. So you can see him on my inside. Back end goes, full opposite lock, still opposite lock. I've got a bit of throttle on, still sliding. I'm trying to correct it, bang. Now, we're not watching it in slow-mo because slow-mo really, people, oh, you should have done that, you should have done that. Remember, count how many seconds are involved in this incident here. So I'm sliding, trying to correct it, full throttle, still sliding a bit, trying to correct it. There's a contact made. So we'll watch it from his perspective. We'll go to the guy behind. Here is the guy who complained that I was doing all this, that and the other. So we'll watch from behind. You can see we're both side by side there. I go in, lose the back end of the braking, big sideways. So you can see this happening. I'm still sideways now. The big point here is I'm still sliding there. I'm still sliding. Now the car starts hunkering up. I'm starting to get grip. Now look at the angle I am at and look at the angle he is at. He's still got a little bit of lock on, but he's more likely going to go out this way. Look at the angle I am at. I'm more likely going to come this. So we are on a bit of a collision course. So we move forward and look, see, I've come across. Now this guy here also has a throttle and brake. He can see the situation ahead, that I'm not in control, until about this point here. And the car's still having its moment. It's more or less in control at this point, but it's too close. It's going to happen. Let me go to the chase cam so you can see that. So at this point you can see my angle direction. This is when the car hunkers up, gets a grip. You can see the skid marks from my car. We will slow it down here so you can still see the skid marks, still see the skid marks. I'm struggling to get grip. Now the car hunkers up now. At this point, and this is where we say slow-mo's always a bit dubious. So obviously in the slow-mo it looks worse because you go, oh well, you could have straightened it up, you could have straightened it up, you could have kept left, could have kept left. The car's not in control. This is split-second stuff. So as you can see, still slide, hunkers up, bang. There's not much we can do. There's not much he could have done there, to be fair. It was just one of them incidents. One car's out of control, the other behind didn't react in time. It happens. So he continues to claim at the end of the race, of course, that I was the one weaving, bopping. So we're on lap 2. Lap 1, there was one bit of contact on this corner here. Just tapped the rear end of the Hyundai, lifted it up a bit, didn't die, no one died. It was all hunky-dory. We carried on. So this was lap 2. We're on lap 2 now. So that was the start of lap 2. And we'll go back to my car. So he claims, and you can see 6 incident points. I didn't get any incident points for any of that stuff at the start. I think maybe 1 for just going off track, maybe cutting the corner somewhere. Got 1 or possibly 2, maybe 1. I can't remember. But with 6 incident points, so none of that was from the start of the race. I can show you there's no 4x from the start of the race, should I say. So now he claims that now I am moving under braking, blocking, and all this jazz. So we'll now watch in fast forward. And I'm going to keep it going because he says he's seen what I've done. It's a disgrace. I should go back to driving school, which is interesting because there's no driving school on iRacing. Where he gets that from. So here is probably one of the only cars what comes past me at some point. It is a GT4. So comes up behind me, GT4. He seems to outbrake himself a little bit. So it's coming up behind me now. Nothing much to report on. Still behind me. Now I take up a position in sort of in the middle of the road because I don't want him to overtake me until we get onto the straight. He seems to have got that idea, so he doesn't. And as you can see, am I weaving under braking? Have I moved under braking? No. Perfectly straight line, just sat in the middle of the track, which I am total right to do. He's actually on the same lap as us, so he's actually at position. Obviously you don't really fight with him, they're for a different class. But there you go. So nothing to report there. So as we carry on, as you can see, all by myself. Still all by myself. And still all by myself. All on my Jack Jones. Still on my Jack Jones. Still on my Jack Jones. I'm still on my Jack Jones. Still on my own. So where is this guy, you may report? You might, he may have mistaken you for someone else. Because he may have been battling so hard with someone else, didn't realise it wasn't you. Mistakes happen. Probably done it before, yeah. So we'll check where he is. He is the car behind me. So look, I'm just there up the road. So you can see I'm there. So I'm moving under braking. Destroying his race at this moment in time. Absolutely destroying it. I don't know how. I'm not really pulling away. The gap sort of yo-yos 2 and 4, 2 and 4. So there's not much going on. But again, his accusation at the end of the race, I'm ramming people, destroying people, moving under braking. I should go back to driving school. So we'll continue watching. And as you can see, lap 11, nothing happens. Still not on my own. See him catching a little bit here. Still lap 13, all on my own. Moving under braking, weaving all over the track, destroying people, murdering people. There's bodies all over the place. Can't handle this. And still, all on my own. Still all on my own. We're on lap 15. Lap 16, all on my own. And here comes a contender. So, this guy was P2, P1, P2. He's had an incident which brought him into our vicinity. So what we'll watch now is this. So again, this dude here, Matthew Brunt, claims that I'm weaving under braking, destroying people's races, murdering people. Remember that. So again, we'll watch it. We'll fast forward it again. So, you can see, on my own at the moment, this dude is a lot quicker than both of us, to be fair. Might have a little bit of damage, but we keep the gap reasonably the same. So, right, this is the first little bit of defending, you can call it. It's not really much in it. So, coming up to the hairpin. So, I've moved under braking. No, I've turned into the corner. Kept it tight. No moving under braking. No contact. Good. Again, braking into the corner. Fine. So, no moving under braking yet again. This is becoming a bit strange. Braking hard into the left hand. Still, no moving under braking. Two slightly different lines. Nothing wrong with that. So fast forward it just a tiny little bit. Again, he's following close. No moving under braking. We'll rewind that bit. There we go. So going into the very quick right-hander up here. He's having a little look. Again, he brakes a bit before me. I brake a little bit after. But no, again, no moving under braking. Nothing. Nothing to report. So, we're on lap 17 at this point. He claims I did it all race. So we'll carry on. You see this guy is a lot quicker. And we'll check where Matthew Brunt is. Because obviously he's so traumatised by this. We'll go back. Oh look, he's just here. He's not being affected in any sort of way. He's on his own. So, we'll go and have a look at that one. As I've possibly moved under braking. So, he uses all the curb. I'm on the inside. Don't move, don't move. Absolutely fine. Nothing to report. I'm a bit slower on the apex of the corner. Again, no moving under braking. Still no moving under braking. Turning into the corner. Absolutely fine. Don't see any issue. So we head into the GP circuit at Brands. Takes the wider line to try and get a bit of a run, which he does. Nothing wrong with that. So again, I'm not even moving across to defend the line. If I know he's quicker, I'm not going to really put too much at risk. So now we're side by side through a really fast section of track. Now, again, look, I gave him room. Gave him room, still gave him room. Brakes a bit earlier than me, I get it tucked in. There's a bit, right, so this is what annoys me the most with people like this. So, got nothing against this dude, it's typical touring car stuff. Little taps and bumps and stuff like that. No issue whatsoever. So, a little tap there, no issue. It does send me slightly wider. So there's a tap, I have to straighten it up. Now, look, you saw the back end just clip the grass, or the gravel. So a little bit of loss of control, try and chuck in as quick as possible. Now is that the one thing he's got the face on with? I get tapped wide and I tuck straight back in. There's a gap there, I tuck straight back in. He gives me a tap on the rear end. I've got no issue with that tap on the rear end, by the way. Because I have tucked into that gap as quick as possible after being tapped wide myself. Now, this is where it all comes to a close. Now, I'll openly admit, I said, oh, well, I'm going to just report you. I'll report you and I've done with it. So that slight incident we see right back here. And you've seen 18, I fast forward 18 laps. Basically 90% of my driving was on my own. Other than these couple of laps. This dude I've got no issue with. He says, oh, he was flashing his lights. I was flashing my lights, so why not? You're not allowed to flash your lights? Is there a law against flashing your lights? I can flash my lights. You give me a tap wide, and I'm going to flash my lights. I'm like, oi, now then, what are you doing? But no, I've got no issue with that. So look, there's a tap. Back wheels, clips of gravel. I'm trying to tuck it in as quick as possible. Yes, it's on edge. It's not brilliant. He can see the situation though. And there, I tuck in. This guy has to understand you've got an accelerator and a brake pedal yourself. This is nothing new. It's nothing special. You can see what's happening in front. you can see that I'm coming back. You could argue, yeah, back on track. Yep, don't get me wrong, back on track after being just tapped to slightly wide. But it's slightly just tucking into the gap. Hits my rear end. No, like I said, I've got no issue with that. There's no issue whatsoever. But here's the creme de la creme. This person who accuses me of moving under braking, ramming everyone off. Let's see what happens here. You'll be ecstatico. So let's see what happens here. So, we're heading down into the final corner. Lap 18, I think there's 19, 20 laps normal. Obviously, I don't finish the race because of this said incident, what happens here. So remember, this Matthew Brunt has accused me of moving under braking, destroying everything, destroying his race, this and the other. Right. So this is the first time, really, we've been anywhere close to each other within the 17, 18 laps. Lap 1, we were side by side. We didn't touch each other. Like I said, the only bit of contact was with a Hyundai, which, yeah, no one died, no one lost anything, no one got meatball, nothing. Like I said, if you've got that replay, please send it me, show it me. I'll add it to the video, this and the other. So, we head down into the final corner here at Brands Hatch. What I'll do is just play the replay from the, we'll go for the far chase. And this is a little cut section, so it's about 11 seconds long. So here we go. And play. Right. As you can see there, the man who claims that I was moving under braking everything was the one who killed me. So, this one moment in time we're next to each other on track, lap 18, after so many disastrous moving under braking, almost destroying the entire track and the universe around which I caused. Let's have a look. So, going into the final corner. Right, this is the bit I'm slightly mysterious by. So, like I said, watching slow-mo is never great. Well, it's sometimes great, but it's never particularly good. It's good to pick up the little things where an incident has happened. So, really, the actual incident itself from here, you just watch it fine. So, here we go. We're watching the way his car moves. So, we're coming up to the final corner. If you spotted that, well done. So there is a slight jink. Right, here you can see we are close together at this point. So we will do slow-mo. We're coming down to the final corner. I've not braked yet. Now I'm braking. There is a slight jink to the right before we've even got to the corner. I'm holding my line. I'm just driving in a straight line. I'm going straight. 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 Still straight. I'm still straight. And he's turning right now. The corner's over here. Why are we turning right there? It is a bit weird. We'll watch from his onboard. Let's have a look from his onboard. So, I'm not moving under braking. There, you see the little right jink. Now, I'm not saying he's done it on purpose. I don't know. No one can be inside anyone else's head and judge an action they have done. You don't know why they've done it. He could have been distracted, or he could have just misjudged the situation. But we'll look at it. This is a person who's accused me of doing everything under the sun. So he's coming down this corner. I'm just sat there. Look, he's turning right now. So why is he turning right now? This is a person who's accused me of doing everything under the sun. So we're coming into final corner. I'm just straight line. Straight line. I'm not weaving across. I'm braking now. And he does that slight right turn. It's very slight. Don't get me wrong. Very slight. But it's enough to turn into my rear end. And going at that speed, under braking, just a slight tap to change my momentum to face the other way, obviously, is going to end up in me visiting the tyre barrier. Which we'll watch, because the damage physics are good. You've always got to watch yourself crash in iRacing. With the new damage model, then bang. And look at the rear wheel. Trying to scoot off the track as quick as I possibly could. But yeah. And the grand scheme of this, don't get me wrong, it's probably sounding a bit of a salty video. It probably is. Which, fine. Everyone has salt on their chips, or likes a bit of salt on their chips. Some people don't, but yeah. What I'm trying to grasp at this is, please, 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 before opening your mouth, use evidence. Don't just make stuff up. Don't just try and turn an entire lobby against someone when you have no idea what's actually happened in that race. I've shown you the replay of the race. Nothing has happened really, other than that. The first lap, yeah, we haven't got the replay because it won't go back that far. I'm guessing is it the replay loop, enable relay looping, but for some reason it hasn't given me the first lap, which the contact wasn't massive. Otherwise, the car would be damaged. There you go. There's the hit, and it's so baffling why people exaggerate so much, and then attack. Just chill out. There's just no need. At the end of the day, if you're getting into this sort of stuff like competitive racing and stuff like that, my word of advice to you, turn off voice chat. Turn off the text chat while you're racing. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about this little box down here at the end of the race, or if you're sat in the pit lane, you can see the chat. Best advice is to ignore it. Just don't respond. If you wish to file a report. Just tell them reported. Or don't tell them all. There's no need to talk to any of these people. At the end of the day, just don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Don't claim that someone's done something they clearly haven't, and they've just shown people that they clearly haven't done anything until the part where you did something. Which, was it on purpose? Was it an accident? We don't know. I don't know. I can't judge you as a person, which you clearly did after the race. Which I'm gutted. I haven't got the chat thing for the after the race. Tell me to go to driving school. I should sort myself out. So and so on. For some strange reason, I had the voice chat on that race. I don't normally. I don't know why I turned it on. But yeah. Just chill out, man. My God.